special cases or exceptional cases. Okay, so we are here, just look at this example. I am a teacher, aren't I? So along with I am, always we need to always stick on to aren't I, aren't. It's not amn't I, aren't I. Then if we have a sentence like this, he used to be a teacher. Along with used to, if the verb used is used to, then the tag should be didn't he. If the subject is one, for example, one must obey the law, mustn't one. So the pronoun should be one itself. And in this case, if along with one we have one man or one woman, one boy, one girl, then we have to use pronoun. The pronoun should be he or she as per our subject. Okay, the gender of that particular subject. That is, one girl is absent today, isn't she? Then in some cases, as you know that, for example, this is a history book. Some sentences start with this, that. Sometimes we have nothing, anything, everything, child, infant, non-living thing, etc. If any of these are the subjects, or if the sentence start with this particular terms like this, that, nothing, anything, etc., then the pronoun should be it. For example, this is history book. This is a history book. Isn't it? Not isn't this. Isn't it? In case that is a history book, for example, if we have a sentence that is a history book, then isn't it? Okay. Still, it should be it. If a sentence starts with these, those, then let's see how the pronoun is. That is, those are my books, aren't they? So with these or those, we have to use aren't they. Then if we have a sentence starting with there, for example, there won't be any seat. Will there? So there should be repeated. There won't be any seat. Will there? Not it, will it, or will they? Will there? Then if a sentence start with no one, nobody, anyone, anybody, someone, somebody, everyone, everybody, then the tag should be they. That is, someone must come forward, mustn't they? So here we have someone, so the pronoun is they. Now in this case, okay, that is, if we have a sentence just like this, that is, everyone likes coffee, don't they? So what you should keep in mind is that, see, the main clause, the tense here, see, just understand the subject verb agreement. Everyone likes, so we know that everyone, someone, somebody, nobody, no one, everybody, anybody, etc., always take singular verbs, as you know that. So in this main statement we have everyone likes coffee. So the agreement, subject verb agreement is okay, fine. Now just consider here this particular part, that is the question tag, don't they. So always understand that the tag part, that is the tag question, will take that, consider their subject, that particular subject, uh, and then here we have that specific verb as per this particular subject, not according to this particular one. That is, here we have everyone likes and don't they. So they always demands don't, not does, not doesn't they. It is don't they. and here we have everyone likes. So usually you may have some kind of uh, questions, like for example sometimes they ask everyone dash coffee don't they. So we might get confused, like sometimes we think that, oh, here we have don't, so here should be like. Okay, don't always understand, always keep in mind that in many clause it's as per the subject of that particular statement, and in tag question it is the verb is as per its own subject. So here we have everyone likes coffee don't they. Now in there are a few sentences in English, some usages are there. Whenever we read it, we won't find any negative words like no, don't, doesn't, haven't, or that kind of negative words will be there. But we know that due to the presence of some specific terms or specific words, we know that that sentence is negative. For example, there is little water left in the tank. See, there is little water left in the tank. We know that few, little, the words like few, little always stands for negative. No, there is, so the sentence is negative sentence. There is a little water left in the, there is little water left in the tank. That is a negative sentence. Even though you can't find any negative words in this particular sentence, it is very clear that this little stands for negative, that gives the sense of negative sentence. This sentence is considered as a negative one. So you always have to stick on to a positive question tag. Okay, there is little water left in the tank. Is there? It is not isn't there. Okay, sometimes you might get confused. Here you can see only is. It is not isn't. So you may go here. See, if it is then here isn't. You may think it in that way, but it is not correct. Understand that this sentence, the sense of this sentence is basically negative in nature, so it should be is the. Okay, means you should give a positive tag. Now, in some other cases, we have positive sentences, that is a few, a little, the few, the little. For example, here we have to go for negative tag, that is there is a little water left in the tank. This is a positive sentence, so you should always go for a negative tag, isn't there. Now we have other negative sentences like hardly, scarcely, then the tag should be positive. For example, they hardly visit you. This is a negative sentence or negative statement, so you have to go for a positive tag, do they. Then if a sentence has two auxiliary verbs, for example, he would have cut the trees. Here we can see two auxiliary verbs, that is would and have. So always stick on to the first auxiliary verb. Use this particular first auxiliary verb in the tag, wouldn't he. Now, if the subject is none of us, some of us, most of us, all of us, for example, here we have some of us already had lunch. So, we have the sum of us here. So, that pronoun should be had in we. So, in case if you have a sentence where you can see the subject is none of us, some of us, most of us, all of us, either of us, neither of us, then the pronoun should be we. Okay. You can take the whatever auxiliary verb is available here, make it into negative or positive as per the sentence. If it is a positive sentence, take it, make it is a negative tag. If it is a negative sentence, make it a positive tag and then add we, the pronoun. Now, in some cases, if you have a you use some um, uh, strong expressions like shut up. See here, it is like scolding. So in that case, you have to use the tag question tag, that is can't you. Shut up, can't you. Okay. Now, in some cases, some other cases, if you have a permission, if you are seeking permission or if you are asking a favor, then you have to use will you. Okay. So, can you give me a glass of water? Will you? Okay. So that is kind of permission or request. So the sentence always should the nature of the sentence also should be considered when you the type of sentence also should be considered when you convert that sentence or whenever you find if whenever you try to use whenever you find to identify the proper question tag. Okay, then subject, if the subject denotes a group, for example the NAC team is a group, so then the proverb pronoun should be they. Didn't they? That is, the NAC team visited the college, didn't they? Okay, then in case if you have a sentence with need, for example, she needn't come to the meeting, need she, then the tag should be, we have to use need itself. Okay, if it is negative then you have to use need she, if it is positive then you have to use needed she. Fine. Pronoun is as per our subject. So now we can see some of the questions.